Hey everybody, this lesson is going to go over articulation and dynamics. Articulation is basically how long or short a note is, and dynamics are how loud or soft a note is. So, for instance, when you press a key, you hold it down for any duration of time, and then you let it go. That's the articulation. A half note would be an example of an articulation. So if we had a quarter note pulse like this, the half note would hold for 1, 2, and off. 1, 2, off. If I did a quarter note, it would only hold for 1 beat like this. Off, off. So that's the duration of the note. That's how long you hold it. The two main type of articulations that we're going to deal with are staccato and legato. And I want to show you what those look like first, and then we'll look at some examples in our music. So legato is smoothly connecting one note to the next. So if I hold a note, that note holds until you press the next note. It's kind of like a teeter-totter. One note kind of totters into the next note. It could be fast or slow. It's still legato. And you could step or you can jump. That's still legato. This note here is connecting to that note. I can go anywhere playing legato. That's probably the most common articulation. Most of the time when you play, you'll be playing legato. The other articulation, the extreme of that, is staccato. When you release a key, you take your finger off, it comes up on its own. So the idea of staccato is to set the key in motion and let it rebound on its own, and it will sound super short and percussive like this. I'm just kind of flicking it. That's a staccato sound. So the note is literally just begins and ends super quick. Staccato. A slow staccato note would just have a lot of space between two notes like this. But the note is still staccato. Fast staccato notes are just closer together. That's the idea of staccato. Now, the note on staccato is always the same. Where legato, it will hold until the next note. Okay, so now let's look up here. I've got page 53, 54, Ode to Joy. Let's look at all these articulations. So the main articulation to see is this line right here, here. These lines are called slurs, and they indicate to play legato from the beginning of that line until the end. So it's kind of like one phrase or breath. You play all of this legato, and then at the end of the phrase, you lift, and there'd be a little gap breath between here and the next phrase. So this would sound like this, connecting each note. And release. Release. So there's a little bit of release, but you are holding the half notes down. Okay, another type of articulation that we've talked about is the tie, which is over here in bar 25. In the left hand, this left hand G is tied together. So each one is held for 4 beats. You tie them together for a total of 12 beats. So you play the G, 2, 3, hold it, 1, 2, 3, keep holding, 1, 2, 3, 4, and release. That's the articulation. Okay, so now I'm going to flip to, let's see, page 61. We have the concert sonatina. Here we have staccato dots. The staccato dots are either under, directly under, or like down here in measure 12, above the note. Those dots are indicating to play staccato, and those notes are super short. So at the very beginning, I have a half note, C. I hold that for 2 beats. Staccato, 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 rest, a slur, so you connect this note to a staccato, staccato, rest, and then all of these are legato until that rest. So listen, I hold this note, staccato, staccato, rest, slur, staccato, rest, legato, and hold, rest. So that quarter note at the end still had a value. I'm gonna do that again. Hold, staccato, 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 rest, slur, staccato, rest, and slur. Legato, hold, off. That's articulation. It's how long or short a note is. So there you have it. Next video will deal with dynamics.